At the party here are Mr. John Carroll, his mother, Mrs. Ogden, Mrs. LaFire, and Mr. Harris, Pete Fountain and his wife, and Shawty Reese and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Erwin Dooson, Mr. Pat Sullivan, and remember, oh yeah, that's right, Bob Coquille, Mr. and Mrs. Bob Coquille, and I'm trying to think everybody who's here. Oh, Betty Owens is here, Mike Greco, Joan and Anna Ray and Francis Jean's playing the piano in the background. I believe that's all. I believe I named everybody, huh? And remember, you are there.
I'm speaking, opening this conversation on this recording, I should say, for Frank and Freddie, and of course, not forgetting the Duchess, who I seem to be paying more attention to than Freddie seems to care about. And that's him laughing. He's not laughing. He's worried about his girl, and I don't blame him. Well, there's only one thing I have to say. I want him too. This is incidentally. My name is John Carroll, and I'd like to say before I pass the microphone over to somebody else that in all of my born days, I've never met nicer people or more talented people in my life. Pardon the double negative, but I'm so enthusiastic about this band and the boys that play in it and the young lady that sings in it that I just simply can't hold the ground. And if it's left to me, and it may be that my enthusiasm will speak for itself in the future. Now I'd like to pass the mic over to my mother, who incidentally has never heard anything like this in her life. She's never been this close to a band. And Mama, you take it over. You say something.
Well, greetings from California to Mr.
California, while you were a police. What do you mean California?
Mr. and Miss greetings from California to Mr. and Mrs. Assunto and their charming family. All of them are so beautifully talented, and we're having a delightful time here. And for the first time in my life, I played with a band, and I'm telling you, it is quite an honor because, thank you very much, it's very charming. And I want to say that, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That was my dear mother, who, of course, doesn't forget the day that she was born. She's born and raised in Louisiana, Esplanade Avenue, in the back of the market there. She's a big shot in California now. Now I'd like to introduce you to my aunt, Mrs. Marin, who isn't as talkative as our part of the family is, but she says very little and does very much. Oh. Say something, Marty.
Well, dear folks, the Dukes and the Duchess, I do want to tell you this is the most magnificent band I've ever heard. And I'm from Los Angeles, and if you ever happen to be our way, do come over to see us and bring your trumpets and things.
Okay, Marty, that's good. That's very fine. Now, who's that?
May I say something, John?
Okay, you take it.
On behalf of my part of this organization, I'd like to say to you, your mother, and your lovely aunt, how much I appreciate the lovely compliments that you've paid to me and the band.
These are not compliments, darling. These are facts. Norvin Harris, come here. You're on, Norvin, and bring Baldy Sullivan with you. Norvin, Teflon. The Teflon is running over, boy. Come on, Pat. This is Pat Sullivan, another one of the boys, one of the Assunto's guests. Here we go. Pat, say something for you.
Well, we're having a very, very wonderful time. And in fact, I didn't even know this thing was on.
Poor Pat a moment ago was saying all kinds of things he shouldn't be saying, and he thought this machine was on, and he's a little sensitive about it at this particular point. Norvin, come on. Who's next? Let's see. Oh, he would be on the phone now. Papa, you come say something, will you, before we go? Come on, Papa. This is the boss. This is the head man of the whole thing. This is what we call the pusher, tool pusher.
I can't think of much to say because I just got through eating a mouthful. I've got to clean out my teeth. Excuse me.
That's just like Papa. Don't use talking. Papa's got an answer for everything. Hey, y'all, Mama, where's up? Pete? Pete Fountain. There he is. There. This is a road show of Errol Flynn. Come on, Pete, say something.
Well, I think Betty's giving me French Quarter drinks for one thing, because they're too light. But I'm having a marvelous time, and for the marvelous side, it's Earl Carroll.
Earl Carroll. Earl Carroll's been dead for about 12 years. I've only been dead 3. That's the difference. Bob, come on, Sheriff. Bob, what's your last name? Say it.
Coquille.
I just wanted to hear it, but you said it yourself. You said it so pretty.
This is Bob Coquille speaking, and I just want to say that I'm very happy to have been in the company of such wonderful people, and I just want to leave you with one word: bye.
Joan. Oh, Joni, come on, darling. Come on, Joan. You got to say something. Everybody's got to say something.
I can't say anything.
Oh, yes, you're going to start learning now. If you're going to marry one of these Sonnies, you better learn how to talk.
I don't know.
Tell them about the thing you just said about when we start clothing. And what about
You know
that?
they were talking about.
What were you talking about?
Mike was saying that. Mike was saying that he'd hate to have to marry me because he thought I ate too much. He feels sorry for Frank, and I said, well, wait till he starts clothing me.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. I just wanted you to worry about that. The holiday just came in just then. Here we go. This is Mr. Grego.
Hello.
Hey?
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mike Greco. I'm from Brooklyn, New York already.
No, seriously, folks, that's not the way I talk. Get around a little.
Oh, yes, you do.
Please, Mr. Carroll, don't interrupt. I'm nervous.
This is the first time in my life I've ever been to a session of this sort. And Mr. Assunto and the Dukes are very fine people. And the first time also that I've ever been in the company of a Hollywood actor. And Mr. Carroll is, in my opinion, a very fine person. I'm really and truly enjoying myself. And I have but 61 days left to go in the United States Army. And believe you me, it can't come any sooner. Before I leave, I'd like to do just a little impression of a person maybe Mr. Carroll heard or possibly has run into in Hollywood. See if you can get who he is.
All right, Johnny. I didn't ask you to come to this establishment, see? This is my house. And when you're in my house, you just sit down and look. You don't touch anything until I give it to you. And if you don't like the way I'm acting, I'm going to get my buddy, Mr. Gary Grant, after you. Gary, say something.
Now, see here, Josephine, I'm going to build your dream house, baby, on the side will. You're my type of girl, and I'm going to love you every moment of my life. Really, Josie, I really don't know what to say to you, but believe me, I want to introduce you to Mr. Clark Gable.
Yeah, you see here, Scarlett. You ought to give it then. You never come back, Scarlett. Back there when they were making Gone with the Wind, Scarlett. That's my house, baby. The only one thing I got to say to you when you leave the key under the door. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Well, that's about all, I reckon. I want to turn the mic over to the trombone player of the Dukes of Dixieland, Mr. Freddie Assunto. Freddie?
Thank you, Mike, and a marvelous performance. And I want to thank John Carroll and his mother and wonderful aunt. And his mother, by the way, is a fire, and she's the greatest piano player I ever heard. She sat down and played nothing to turn off when the Saints come marching in. Let me call my mother up. Mother, come in.
Oh, there's nothing much I can say except that it's an honor to have such illustrious guests here, and it makes me feel good to know that they're all enjoying themselves. So everybody come along and have a good time.
Thank you, honey. Thank you, Mama. Come on, Melvin. This is my friend through the years of my life, Mr. Marvin Harris.
I can't thank you enough for being in this beautiful house and meeting these lovely people. It's all due to the kindness of John Carroll and his mother. I love music. I'm not up to date on music, but ever since I played with John Philip Sousa, I have loved it. Thank you again.
Who's left? Frank. This is the Kingpin Frank. Good with the trumpet.
That's it. Just the trumpet. All I can say is that, with a repeat on everything everybody else says, it's real good to have so many real nice people here tonight. That we've never had such a real good time at home. You know, it's you usually have a good time at home every day, but today has been real special. And I want to thank you. Yeah. You know, it's funny, but that's the same thing I was thinking of. Oh, yeah, Mr. Erwin Duson. Okay, you ready? Set, go. You are there. We want to introduce to you another one of our real wonderful guests here tonight, and that's Mr. Erwin Duson, Vice President of the Columbia Homestead and first trumpet player with Val Barbara and his orchestra. Premium rates on both. Mr. Duson, take it.
All right, it's a pleasure to be here, folks.
3%, don't forget it.
Don't forget the 3% dividend. All investments insured up to $10,000 per account. I remember these boys when they were first starting, and they had it in them from the beginning. It's a pleasure to be here, and all I have to say is jazz is here to stay. Thank you.
Go. That covers everything?
Anybody else? Anna Ray.
Anna Ray, come on, dog.
All I can say is that I sure think it's a wonderful honor to have all these wonderful people around here tonight for this little jam session.
And here's the other little sister, Frances Jean, the piano player.
All I can say is it's mighty wonderful having Mr. John Carroll up to the house.
And now Margaret Duson.
You folks just don't realize what you are actually missing. It's tough.
Everybody spoke? Well, now we'll hear a little music.
Thank you.